Welcome to Gridiron 816. We're your hosts, Benny, Miles, and David. Say hello, guys.
How we doing?
What's happening?
Just coming off of week 4, going into week 5.
Yeah.
Guys, let's get into some news here today.
Good week.
Yeah.
Some news. Not
Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
That's
Not
the
too
big
crazy eventful of news, but Bill
One
O'Brien's
big story.
one of the main headlines. Yeah. What do we think? Did he deserve it?
Long overdue.
Yeah, of
In
course
my
he
mind,
deserved it.
in my mind, I mean that's everybody's opinion. I think.
I think they won one playoff game with him. I think it was against the Raiders in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, when the Raiders made it to the playoffs with Derek Carr. But yeah, and just seems like I thought he was going to be fired after the Chiefs game in the playoffs
That we were all.
that me and Miles were at.
we were all in.
Wait, we were all there.
We were all there.
Yeah.
That was the greatest Chiefs game of
We
all
were
time.
all there. Yeah, that was. It was so nerve-wracking. But I thought that night Bill O'Brien was going to get fired.
That alone deserves.
and then no more Hopkins.
You trade away your best
Right.
player,
Yeah.
arguably your best player.
Yeah, so it's like
I-
of course Bill O'Brien got fired. I'm shocked that it's weird that because they didn't do it before the season started, so I'm shocked that they're doing it after week 4, But
Here are the stats that, in my mind, make this such like a you have to do it. You had to fire Bill O'Brien. Number one, they are spending more money in cash on their roster than anybody else in the National Football League. Number two, they do not have a first-round pick in this next draft.
Or a second.
Or a second-round pick. Very good point. First or second-round pick. And they're 0-4. They're 0-4. So they're like, the prospects are so bad, and that was something that had to be done. Long overdue, for sure. I just don't like Bill O'Brien's face either.
So the face does it for you.
His face also attributes to the fact that why I didn't like him. Of course, AFC coaches, I'm not
He was
a
the
fan of.
Patriots coach.
Also a Patriots coach.
Would you argue that's why he was fired?
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So, do we have any other news this week, or do we just want to get right into the games?
I'm trying to think. Well, games were delayed due to COVID. Like the Chiefs game was
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to be
of course.
scheduled for Sunday. It was moved to Monday. The Steelers game and Titans game was also
Damn you,
postponed.
Cam Newton!
Damn you, Cam Newton!
No,
Obviously, a big absence from our game.
yeah, we hope
For
we
sure.
hope a speedy recovery for
Yeah.
Cam Newton.
For sure.
So let's get into this game here. So we have obviously the Chiefs Patriots, and it's going to be, what is the score?
26-10.
26-10. So obviously the Chiefs won. If I can find it here.
Let's put that back.
It's at the bottom.
Put that back.
It's at the bottom. Here we go. So yeah, 26-10, good game. I did not catch the first half, and I was screaming in my car on the way home because we did not have that great of a first half.
Really? Yeah.
Really, offensively, it didn't feel like we didn't get things rolling the whole game. That was so props to our defense for sure.
Yeah, I unfortunately had to work during this game. I did, I got to catch a lot of it, but obviously I was going back and forth. And it seemed that every time I looked at the score, it was 3-6 for a lot of the time.
Seriously.
To complete the hat trick, I also worked during the majority of this game, but I did have it on.
Yep. So basically, it went from all three of us were being able to watch it on Sunday, and then it got moved to Monday, and none of us got
Wrecked
to
our
watch
plans.
it.
But I did get to see the Tyreek jet sweep touchdown, and I was at work, and I tried not to make too much noise as we
Oh,
scored
yeah.
the touchdown. It was a great touchdown, and then I also saw the fumble that we got.
Yeah, props to the defense
That was
holding them to no points there. Because I was even nervous that they were going to tie it up. I was just so nervous.
Yeah, the first half definitely made all of us nervous.
I was very surprised, but yeah.
A few of Mahomes' throws was definitely making me nervous too. There was obviously, in that first drive, probably the third play of the game, almost intercepted. That definitely made me nervous. There wasn't too many of those that game, though.
Yeah, the Patriots defense need to learn how to catch an easy ball.
Yeah. Let's talk about something we were talking about earlier. Brian Hoyer. So obviously taking out the second half of the game.
I'm on the side that I do not think that Brian Hoyer deserved to be pulled out of that game. And I think
definitely.
I think Brian Hoyer has put in a lot to that organization, and I mean, he was 15 for 24 when they pulled him out. I mean, really not terrible. And then the kid came in and he threw 2 picks just to rub it in. And you could see the look on Brian Hoyer's face that whole night that he was pretty disappointed. I personally don't think he deserved to get pulled out. I think they should have let him finish the game. And who knows, it maybe wouldn't have been 26-10. Yeah.
I don't know. All I can say about that is I do know that Brian Hoyer entered the league with the Patriots in 2009, so it's been a long time, and he has jumped around from team to team.
Yep.
He does know that system very, very well and is very familiar with it. Has been there for a long.
I thought for how much he's put in to that organization, I don't think for going 15 and 24 that he deserved to be pulled out of the game.
Yeah, but also kind of funny his mental error in that game. Thinking he had a timeout at the end of that half, and they were out of timeouts. I know that Bill Belichick was probably just incensed by that. I know because Belichick is such a, he minimizes mistakes so much, and he knows so much about the game, and is not going to let things like that happen. And it's just I can't remember the last time a starting quarterback for the Patriots made a mental error like that.
Yeah,
because it's just not, you don't see that.
Yeah.
In New England.
And the thing is,
go.
So I was seeing a lot of people say oh, we look vulnerable. This really makes me nervous, and especially after the game against Los Angeles, we just don't look the same. But I say what was that Patriots team in the early 2000s known for? Coming back at the end of the game, they weren't always destroying their opponents
and
48-0. They're only human. They're gonna make mistakes. What matters is if you're able to pull it together and come out on top.
That's
so I am not worried. I don't think we're bad. I think we're a good team, and we just whooped the Patriots 26-10 to beat the Patriots and the Ravens in the same year, back-to-back years. I think that's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah. We got the Saints up on the horizon later in the year, and if we knock them off, then that'll just be we're beating the best quality teams with the best coaching, and it's super exciting to be a Chiefs fan.
Right.
For sure.
And with the first halves, obviously the games in the first halves have been nervous. I don't think there is, pulling any, rabbits out of the hat or any tricks up the sleeve. I just think we have the same mentality the whole game, and we need to just keep doing that the whole season. I don't think, we're saving any plays for the second half or anything like that.
Yep. Congratulations to the Chiefs on being the first team to go 4-0.
That's
for
history,
consecutive years.
Not the Cowboys of the 90s.
Seriously.
Not the Steelers of the 70s. No.
Yep.
The Chiefs of
you
now.
You would have think, because Jim Nantz and Tony Romo were talking about that, you would have think with all those really hot starts that the Colts got, the Colts started out with in the early 2000s, they would go 8-0 and then just lose a couple games and finish out the season.
Patriots never did that either. Patriots have never done that either.
Crazy stuff.
I love it. It's
exciting. History. And then a good game. I wish Butker would make all his extra points, but
he makes the long kicks.
We can talk about that another time.
Yeah, that's all that matters, right?
We're so critical of kickers in the NFL as fans, but I don't know.
Run at that shit, God.
Come on, man.
I've never kicked a ball into a field goal.
It's fun.
Kicked a ball into a field goal. All
right. To a goalpost.
Great game, guys. What else do we want to talk about today?
Other games that I thought were really interesting I like the Chargers-Bucks game. It was really close, entertaining game.
And
Justin Herbert.
LA was going to pull it off.
And it's not like I'm never going to root for a team in the AFC West that's not the Kansas City Chiefs, but just the Chargers have had a really slow start, and the Buccaneers are a team that I have predicted that won't make the playoffs. So every loss against them makes me sound like a brainiac. But it was a really close game. Final score 38 Buccaneers, 31 Chargers. Really good battle. I think even though Justin Herbert lost this game as a quarterback, I think he gained so much confidence knowing that he can go out there and duel.
He's just getting so close.
Yeah, he knows he can win these games.
Who'd they play last week? The Panthers, right?
Right. And
oh my God. And then the Chiefs game, kid's gonna be good.
He's gaining confidence for sure, knowing he's hanging with the best of the best, right? And meaning Mahomes. And I
think he's throwing a pick every game.
That can be expected from a rookie quarterback, but it's I think they'll be someone to look at moving forward in the next couple of years. in the AFC West that'll be competitive. It looks like it's going to be a super competitive division moving forward because everyone's just gearing up to play us twice a year.
Right.
I mean, it's obvious with who they're drafting in the AFC West and how they're structuring their teams and stuff. So it's exciting because a competitive division is so much more exciting to watch than, say, like what the Patriots had done in the last 20 years. They play the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills twice a year. That's like a gimme. That's 6 wins.
Tom Brady throws another pick 6.
That's right.
That is insane.
What is that?
4 in
6 games.
Yeah, that's not just turning the ball over. That's giving them
quit throwing the ball
touchdowns
to the other team in the open field, Tom.
So that's 4 touchdowns. He's thrown 4 more touchdowns this year just to the other teams.
Yeah.
Dude, what about I know it's not that big of a deal, but what up with Gronk just not really being a part of that team?
I know.
He was quoted.
And he was in all the commercials and stuff, and it was so overhyped that Rob was joining Tom and dude, he's caught I don't think he's caught more than 3 passes for a game. I think this past game he had a nice catch for 29 yards, but it was his only catch, and it was with 6 minutes left in the game. Even the announcer was well, Rob Gronkowski finally gets himself introduced to this evening's festivities, So, so I thought that was interesting, yeah. But who knows? Didn't they just got one of their tight ends got hurt, right?
O.J. Howard, that's right. He's been doing really well, and he's looked like their main tight end. But
what's the verdict on him? On
O.J. Howard, I didn't see the injury.
Click his name, Ben.
I know that Rob Gronkowski was quoted earlier this year in saying that he was brought to Tampa to be a blocking tight end, but I just don't see that. I think they're gonna do the same thing that New England does, even though because it's historic that Gronk sometimes has slow starts,
Yep.
And then also just will come, and he's sometimes been injured a lot at the regular season, and then bam, the Patriots would get him back in the playoffs, and then they just steamroll. You know what I mean? Have a healthy Gronk or a healthier Gronk back at the end of the year. So that might be what they're doing. You might see him get his production, much higher later in the season just because that's his kind of his trend.
And we just read that O.J. Howard's going to be out for the season.
So there you go.
More room for him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get more targets from his old pal.
Yep. We shall see how that goes. Buccaneers look good. I think Buccaneers are a scary team. And I know we don't want to believe it because we hate Tom Brady. Or, we don't hate Tom Brady. We know Tom Brady is a good quarterback. But they're good. And we play them this
No, it's true.
I think we can beat them. But that's going to be a good game.
What do you think, Miles?
I hate Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But do you hate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I hate any team that has Tom Brady on it, and it has also Rob Gronkowski on it. So that's another.
That is a double.
That's another layer. So no, I
like Bruce Arians though.
I want them to miss the playoffs. If they do miss the playoffs,
I
don't think they're going to go far, man, at all. Because you've thrown 4 pick sixes in the last 6 games. He's looking.
That's history.
He's looking.
That's history.
more and more like a human being. He's looking more like a human being in the last year. Even last year, he fell off a cliff.
Yes, but there is no denying that he still looks he's still looking like Tom Brady. Just threw 5 touchdowns the other day to 5 different receivers. So
yeah,
he's still there. We'll see if they could. It's still early, but we'll see if they can keep up in the playoffs. And it's early. Who knows if they'll make the playoffs, but I think they will. We'll see if they can keep up with teams like the Packers. They faced the Packers this regular season, and I think that is one of only 2 Packers games that I think the Packers could lose. So we'll see. They're going to be a thorn. They're going to be a thorn in team sides for sure. Good game.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, what do we want to go to next here?
That Browns-Cowboys game. Who was the only one who picked the Browns in that game? That'd be me this week.
Well, you said it with confidence.
Browns.
Which maybe we'll find a way to put in that clip.
That audio clip.
Everybody stop.
Browns.
I'll give it to the Cowboys.
Browns.
We put it in right there. All right.
And 49-38 Browns. Who in their right minds thinks that the Browns against anybody is going to put up 49 points? That's just it's insane. And it was awesome to watch. But they almost let the Cowboys back in the dough.
Yeah, and it was like, it started off pretty even, and then the Browns just started whooping ass.
We have to talk about Dak Prescott. 500 passing yards.
Well, that's because they get down by all these huge deficits, and he just throwing it up.
You cannot run the ball. You just can't run the ball.
Like
in that game, you have to throw the ball.
It's kind of like last year, all those yards that Jameis Winston had, but Dak Prescott is getting lucky and not throwing as many picks. You remember last year, Jameis Winston had a lot of yards, but he was throwing it up. And he was throwing a lot of picks. Dak Prescott's getting a little lucky and not throwing a lot of picks. But I do think it's because of these huge deficits. But I do also think that Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. I just wish that he could take that, take that wheel the whole game.
And it's crazy because they are such a talented team, the Dallas Cowboys. But they're also, they're talented, but man, they're a fluke onside kick away in the Falcons game for being 0-4 right now. And it's like, what is the problem? I don't think it's the players on the field,
Right.
I don't. I think, I don't know.
Do you think they're going to get out of it?
The funk this year?
Right.
This season is done. You go 0-4, I think you are done. They're not making the playoffs.
Who?
What about the Bengals?
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys are 1-3 though.
What about the Bengals?
I know, but
2 years ago.
What's that?
What about the Bengals in 2019? 5-0.
They
How did they do the rest of the year?
They went 0-5, you said? Or they lost? Oh, they started 5-0
Yeah.
and they just train wrecked, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, that I know.
I guess it's different when you're winning.
I don't know. It depends on who they play, and it's.
No, yeah, you're right.
Can't you can't expect to be down that many points in every game. So it will get better for Dallas, but they don't. I don't. They're like snake bitten. It seems in recent times, they'll gain success, even they'll make the playoffs, but it's like no way.
Right.
They're not going. They're not going anywhere, and it's like people. It feels like people know that. Even sure, the Cowboys might make the playoffs, but it's like.
Right.
They don't have the talent to
exactly.
push it forward, But it was a really good, entertaining game. Odell Beckham Jr. looked crazy awesome.
He looked like 2016 Odell for sure.
He had late in the game to ice it. They just needed a first down, and they got a jet sweep reverse. I don't know what exactly it was, and it looked like he was going to get tackled for a 7-yard loss, and then he just turns on the Jets and burns around the corner and just takes it to the house, 50 yards.
He looked good.
That iced the game away for the Browns, and he looked awesome. The Browns are 3-1. That is insane.
That is crazy.
In our lifetime, to say that the Browns are 3-1 to start a season is unprecedented.
Yeah.
Because it's they've had a rough go.
The dog days are over. Maybe. We'll see.
That's a tough division, man.
Oh yeah. Great game.
Really good game. Who would have, no one really would have expected the Browns to, be
start out like this.
Tied for the lead in the division.
Yeah.
Good game. Good ass whooping by the Browns.
Yeah, I hate the Cowboys. Love to see Dallas lose.
All right, what other games do we want to talk about from Week 4?
The Bills game was really exciting. Josh Allen looked really good. They're 4-0. For the first time since 2008, I believe, the Buffalo Bills. And they beat the Raiders, and we don't like the Raiders.
We don't like the Raiders.
So that's good.
We don't like the Raiders.
We just don't like the Raiders. Josh Allen, he was dropping dimes. I loved for the past 2 years, a lot of people calling him a trash quarterback, and I saw a couple memes this week that's just the gravestone meme, and it says calling Josh Allen trash 2018 to 2020 because the man is looking insane. They're a scary team to look out for. I do think we might see them in the playoffs, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
I think so.
We play them in a couple weeks. That is going to be a great game.
Thursday Night Football. That'll be in Orchard Park, New York.
It's going to be a good game, folks.
So sure, tune in.
Yeah, he's good. And
their defense is scary too.
I saw something the other day. People were getting Bills fans in comment sections and stuff. They were saying well, he hasn't earned himself yet. He's no Jim Kelly. But he's definitely the closest thing that organization has had to Jim Kelly since Jim Kelly.
100%.
name like 3 other Bills quarterbacks that has played. You know, I probably could, but they were there for a year.
Ryan Fitzpatrick played for them for a year. Who else?
Was Josh McCown there?
Maybe.
Tyrod Taylor was there for a cup of coffee.
But yeah, they've done nothing close to the production of Josh Allen. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not a horrible quarterback carousel, but it's like, definitely not the Browns, but it's like they've had some trouble. So, very exciting if you're a Bills fan.
Yeah, for sure. And then who do they have next week? The Bills.
Jets.
Oh, never mind. They'll win.
Momo.
And then.
Oh no, that's the Titans next week.
Oh yeah, that is gonna be. That will also. So the Bills got a somewhat of a tough schedule coming up. In the next 4 weeks, they have the Titans, the Chiefs, and the Patriots. So we'll see how that goes. They're a good team though, and they'll hold their own for sure.
And that's a tough matchup this next week. Bills Titans, and that'll be exciting to watch on Sunday. All right, that was a good one. One more other game that I wanted to tag and touch up on was the Saints-Lions game. Lions jumped out to a surprising 14-0 lead in that game, and then the Saints just turned it on.
That will be the downfall of Matt Patricia. Is that, and who knows if it's his fault, but they get these leads, and it was last year too. Remember, they held their own for that Chiefs game. Remember.
Right, and it was actually such a surprising game that it was very good.
So they get so close. It's kind of like what the Chargers were doing these past couple of years. They lose most of their games, but most of their games they were such close games.
The record could totally be flipped.
So
in the situation.
That is, I definitely think that's going to be the downfall of Matt Patricia and most of that staff. Where's Jim Caldwell when you need him? Jim Caldwell should still be working for that team.
100%.
And, but Saints got lucky. Saints are not the team that they have been the past couple of years. They are a little lazy this year.
I think they'll get out of the funk.
I hope so, because I like Drew Brees, and I'd like to see him maybe get to a Super Bowl again before he retires. Get beat, of course, by Pat Mahomes. But, yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely think that'd
be such an exciting Super Bowl. And that was almost a Super Bowl in 2000.
They haven't played each other at all, have they?
2018.
Oh, okay.
It was almost Saints Chiefs.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But that would have been such a great
They haven't played each other at all, have they?
Who?
Drew and Patrick. I don't think so.
No, they have not.
Yeah, no.
That'll be so exciting. Like I said,
did we play them this year?
That's what I said. I said this is good. And you said a couple weeks ago that the Ravens game was going to be the toughest game this year. I said late in this year, I believe it's week 12, that we play New Orleans.
Drew versus Patrick.
Like I said, I think that is going to be our toughest game of the year, bar none. Even though the Saints are 2-2 right now, I think they're going to totally get out of the funk. We talked about that last week. They're going to be fun.
Yeah, even though they're not winning some games and they're looking a little lazy, it's not like they're getting killed. They're holding their own.
And they got the Chargers next week. Justin Herbert, if he plays a close game and they don't get blown out by the Saints next week, that's another game where Justin Herbert is earning so much confidence because now he has played Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and he will now have gone against Drew Brees. And if you do play close in this game, you're hanging with the best quarterbacks in the league, and it's impressive for such a young dude's rookie. So. Hats off to him. We'll see what happens on Sunday.
All right. Definitely an insane week 4. I'm going to pull up the schedule here for week 4. David, do you want to get out our picks for this week?
Or for week 5 coming up?
For so we can
talk about this
excuse me.
Yeah, let's talk about how we did this past week.
Yes, on our picks.
Miles
my bad.
Miles for the second week in a row took the winner. Seat.
I'm also 4-0 in fantasy, so come at me, man.
So this week, Miles went 12-3. Ben went 11-5, and I went 9-6. It was that same order last week. I did a couple of the games better though. I'm really hoping to get back in freaking shape with this upcoming week.
So is this total now? Is the total still Miles, and then what? Me, you, or you?
Yeah, total is. Miles is 34-14. We're all 2 games apart. Miles is 34-14. Ben is 32-15, and I am 30-17.
What are you laughing about?
Because I win the lead. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it. No, I feel like I'm on NFL.
I feel like one of
NFL
those-
Sunday. I'm leading the picks, man.
I need to take another look at that. One of those is not right.
Oh, we have a discrepancy in the record. books,
Miles
ladies and gentlemen.
has more games one more game than anybody else. All right. We'll figure it out. We'll go
All
back and
right.
listen.
So let's go. Let's talk about Week 5 here. Who do we got coming up? We have the Raiders, obviously, going to be a good game.
Oh, it's Raider week, man. It's Raider week. That is, there's nothing like it. It happens twice a year. It is a Raider
It
week.
happens twice a year.
I mean, Marty
just like
Schottenheimer
Christmas.
made a point every week or every Raider week that this is the enemy. This is this is our most hated rival, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's always
Historically speaking.
exciting. Of course.
Everyone in Kansas City must hate the Raiders, so I'm excited.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I'll say. But yeah, it'll be a good slate of games this
All
week.
right. I think we know our pick for that one. Gonna be the Chiefs for me.
Heck yeah! So let's tag up the other games and we'll see how these picks stack up.
Oh yeah, definitely. So who do we have for Buccaneers Bears?
The Buccaneers.
I will say the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with the Bears after last week. They really upset me.
Yeah.
Yeah. One we've already talked about is Bills Titans.
And that is such a tough pick.
It really is.
But I gotta go with the Bills. I gotta ride the hot hand of Josh Allen because he's looked so good. But the Titans are a scary team, and it wouldn't surprise me if they won that game either. I'm not gonna be upset if I miss that pick because it's such a toss up.
It'll be a close game. I'm gonna also go with the Bills.
Really, just by like the flip of a coin, I'm gonna say Titans.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Jaguars Texans. I'll say the Jaguars.
Classic divisional matchup. You gotta go Jags because the Texans haven't won a game. They did just fire their coach.
I probably can't pick Texans until they do.
I keep on making the mistake of picking the Texans, but I am gonna pick the Texans once more.
Oh my gosh.
The Texans will win their first game right here.
All right.
All
There
right.
you go.
Prove us wrong.
Put it on the table. All right. How about Bengals Ravens? I will give that one to Lamar Jackson.
You know,
the Bengals.
You're gonna go. Yeah.
No, I'm going the Ravens.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens too, but I think it's gonna be a closer game than people think it's gonna be.
Really?
I do. Well, Joe Burrow. I mean, he barely lost the 2 games, and then they tied that one game.
I don't think
He's
it'll be
looked really
close.
good. I think it'll be a close game.
Panthers Falcons.
No.
Do we?
Panthers Falcons. He said.
Yeah.
It's also a tough one, man.
Well, I'm just gonna go with the Panthers.
Panthers because the Falcons suck
Right.
so bad.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers too.
Yeah. Man, that's such a dumpster fire in Atlanta right now.
Yeah. How about Cardinals Jets?
The Cardinals.
Yeah. The Jets are also equally as bad as the Falcons. They're both 0-4.
I will also give that to the Cardinals.
Yeah, I gotta go with the
Adam
Cardinals.
Gase is the nickelback of
Head
NFL
coaches of the
coaches.
NFL. Oh my god. All right. Eagles, Steelers, the Pennsylvania Showdown.
Sunday.
I'm gonna go
That'll be a
with
close game.
Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh as well.
I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
You know what? I'm sticking with Pittsburgh. But
No, change it.
no, I'm sticking. No, I was thinking about it. I'm sticking with Pittsburgh. But I'd like to mention that I did like what Doug Peterson and the Philadelphia Eagles did this last week in their game. They started the game, they scored a touchdown, and they just went for 2 right off the bat on the first possession of the game. They scored the 2-point conversion also, so they started up 8-0. And I was thinking about it, that might be an excellent strategy for other teams in the NFL maybe looking at that because it sucks when you're down in a game late in the game and you have to get a 2-point conversion in crunch time. But if you just do it early, you start up, you're up 8 points, it puts the pressure on the other team to go score a touchdown and maybe go for the 2-point conversion. But if they don't, then they're down a point still. And if they miss the 2-point conversion, then they're down 2. So I enjoy the strategy. It seems like definitely a new generation kind of like coaching strategy, but I thought it was cool. But that's all. Definitely going Steelers in this game. I was thinking about it, but it'll be a good game.
Mhm.
What next?
Rams Washington.
The Rams.
Yeah, the Rams.
I'll say the
And
Rams.
Me and David were having a conversation today about the quarterback situation in
I
Washington.
really like Dwayne Haskins. I'm not just saying that because I love Ohio State. I love Dwayne Haskins, and Dwayne Haskins has been getting crap like he's the problem up there. Dwayne Haskins is not the problem
Yeah.
up there. People look at his stats; they're pretty dang good. He doesn't make too many mistakes. He's a good quarterback. They have some other problems.
That organization is just in a shambles right now. But that was what we were talking about today. Yeah, that it's definitely not. You can't put the blame on the quarterback in that situation because a lot of things are going wrong. But I'm going to go Rams in this game over the football team. It's fun to say. Haven't said that yet this year. I'm going to go Rams over the football team.
Oh, yeah.
Did you pick Benny?
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams. All right, how about the Dolphins 49ers? I will say the 49ers.
I will also say the 49ers.
I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins because they hung with the Seattle Seahawks this last week, and I did not expect that. Pick. I did not expect that, so I'm going with the upset pick here. Only because I don't think I've really picked an upset pick this week yet. So.
All right, Giants Cowboys.
Tough one.
Divisional games are always tough.
I'm going to go the Cowboys.
I will also say the Cowboys.
Giants. I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I might never pick the Dallas Cowboys to win a game. Don't be shocked, you guys, if you never hear me pick the Cowboys.
I just think the Cowboys aren't looking that great, but I don't. The Giants really aren't looking that great either, and they haven't been looking great for some time now.
Broncos Patriots.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go the Patriots.
I'm gonna go the Patriots too.
Is Cam Newton gonna be back in the rotation?
I don't think
so. Well,
I don't think so.
So that's a tough one.
The Broncos are playing with their third string.
That's a tough one too because they both have quarterback problems at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yep, I'm really just thinking about the defense at this point.
Holding the Chiefs to 6 points in the first half, I will say the Patriots will take this one.
Yeah.
I'll also go with the Patriots.
All right.
I was just debating it in my head. It's a tough pick. It's a tough pick.
It is. I'll say, okay, so how about Colts-Browns?
That's a tough one.
Browns just scored 49 points against the Cowboys.
Yeah. You got to go with the Browns. They started 3-1 for the first time since
I'm gonna say Browns.
when.
I'm going to go the Colts.
All right. Okay. Vikings-Seahawks. I will say Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
I'll go with the Seahawks too, but anytime I see the Vikings are playing the Seahawks, you got to think of that game where Blair Walsh misses that field goal in the playoffs. And that ice cold, it was like negative 20 degrees.
Yeah, I was at your house. We were
watching the game. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Besides Bills Titans, did we pick all the undefeated teams to win?
Because we have one more game to go.
Okay, how about Chargers Saints?
Saints,
yeah.
But I do think it'll be a close game. You know, it will not be a landslide. You know, it's not going to be a one-sided game. But I think the Saints can come out.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I do think we picked all the undefeated teams to win.
For sure.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah.
Because
the Bills Titans playing each other.
You picked the Titans to win. No, they're both undefeated.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
No, besides that game.
I was saying the Titans lost one game. Yeah, cool. And then, let's see. What we got next, boy?
We have awards for this week.
Yeah, we want to talk about players that impressed us.
Best and worst of the week.
I'll just give worst to Gronk right now.
No. Yeah.
I mean, just for what you were saying, lack of hype. How often have you?
Yeah, he didn't have a terrible game. It's not like he went out there and played bad, but he's not doing much for them.
Right.
Yeah. He had one catch.
It's all relative to his performance on the Patriots, obviously.
Yeah. Anybody you were disappointed with, Miles?
Calvin Ridley, yeah. I don't think he got a catch in the game. And they were looking, and that was the Packers and the Falcons game, and they fell to 0-4. But it seemed like it could have been a much more competitive game if they got the receivers involved. He scored 0 fantasy points for me also, so that disappointed me in that regard as well. But I still ended up winning. Calvin Ridley, yeah, but just that's I guess me more being disappointed in Matt Ryan, not him finding him in that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Best of the week?
I'm just gonna give it to Patrick Mahomes, just like you were saying, David, making history. That's it.
Yeah. And then I'm giving my worst to Jared Stidham. Dude should have stayed on the bench.
Angry with that decision.
And then, did we all say best?
My best of the week. I will go with. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert, and that's weird coming from a Chiefs fan, but it's like.
I was almost.
You're a rookie quarterback, and you're like, it's tough out there, tough sledding, and you're hanging with the best of the best. And I'm excited to see what he can do against the Saints this next week. And like David said, it's not going to be a landslide game, and I agree wholeheartedly. If it is a close game, that's going to build his confidence even more, knowing he's hanging with Drew Brees, like I said, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes. Yep. He'll be something to reckon with if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he knows he could have 3 wins right now, maybe 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my best to Tom Brady.
Oh, wow.
Threw a pick 6, but I think Tom Brady proved on Sunday that he is still very capable of competing in this league, and he did just that once again, threw 5 touchdowns to 5 different receivers. Am I a huge Tom Brady fan? No. Is he a thorn in our side? He sure can be, but he had a great game besides the pick 6. The 4th pick 6 in 6 games.
Besides that, which is why I didn't pick him.
Yeah, me too. We must mention, but awesome week in football. I had an excellent week watching football. Let's see. It was almost like the perfect game to kind of catch. I just only caught bits and pieces, but it wasn't such an exciting first half. So,
which one?
This Chiefs game against the Patriots. I was at work, so I wasn't catching every single play, but it wasn't the most exciting game anyway.
Yeah,
so
I'm very excited for this next week. What game are we most excited for this next week? Let's not say the Chiefs game.
I mean, that's a given. But
I gotta go to the Bills-Titans game. That is going to be so good.
Yeah, that's an excellent pick. Just to not have the same pick, I'm going to go with Colts-Browns, because I think that'll surprise people on how good of a game that's going to be.
Yeah, and I mean, the Colts look good. Who did they just kill, like, last week or a couple weeks ago?
The Bears they just killed, and then they
beat the Bears, and then the week before that, they beat someone like... Click on the Colts, Ben.
Yeah.
Let's see...
The Vikings. That's right.
What was the score?
That was 20.
No, the Jets. Look at the Jets score.
Oh, 36-7.
Yeah. So, I mean, Philip Rivers looks good. He's a whiner baby. He looks good. Yeah. That'll be a good game, the Colts-Browns.
I don't know who I hate more, Tom Brady or Philip Rivers.
Your answer, Ben?
I can't decide.
Your favorite, most excited to see?
I think that, I think Chargers Saints, I think Justin Herbert, I think this is going to be like, if we're really going to see if he's something to worry about this season, this game, I think it'll be just, a turning point for their season, depending on their win or loss. So,
for sure. All right.
Well, I think that's all out of us from today. Anything else from you guys?
I can't think of anything.
Just want to say, thank you to whoever's listening out there. We're not really doing it for all the listens and stuff. We're just doing it because we're 3 best friends and we love doing this. So, but if you are out there and you are listening, we do appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Maybe hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends if you like it and stuff. Like I said, we don't really care about the view count. We just care that about having fun. So, but thank you for listening, guys.
Yeah.
All right, we are Gridiron 816, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good day and night.
Bye.